Okay, so we are going to be a little bit, what do I want to say, late on getting these up, but they release in a rather different schedule than before, and we were busy during the holidays, so crap happens. Mike, what do we got?
So, this episode is what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? And already I'm noticing so far that this season is off to a much better start than last time.
What was the first one last time? It was Captain Carter, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, we begin with Nebula investigating the death of Yondu and everything that follows from there.
Yeah. That was actually Karen Gillan, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought. So yeah, no, that was really good. A lot of quadruple crossing going on. I hadn't seen any of these, and I've been trying my best to avoid spoilers. But I saw a comment, and it's kind of coming true. Thanos gets his ass kicked in every single one of these.
Yeah.
he gets split in half, betrayed, or talked into being a good guy.
It's like they're purposely going out of their way to distance themselves from the Infinity Saga.
Yeah, I just love how that's me. Yeah, Thanos, he died. Anyway, so that's how this is allowed to happen. Oh, having Nebula front and center, that was a cool idea. And having Ronan being the betrayer made sense. And then you actually kind of get some of the Kree, what I want to say, nonsense going on in there, and some characters that never really got to interact before. Yanrog never got to interact with literally anybody in the Avengers besides Carol. And like Nick a little bit. No, he never even met Nick. He literally got to meet no one but Carol. So seeing him mix it up with a crew that had Xandar not been destroyed could have been possible.
Maybe.
Yeah, a lot of people like to forget Xandar is just gone. It happens off screen.
So until we get like a full Nova Corps movie or series, this is probably the most exposure they've gotten in the MCU outside of the first Guardians.
It is, and oh boy, someone who's read more Nova Corps comics than I have. I did not know a lot about the Nova Corps until, and I still don't, or like even heard about much of them until the movie. Like I knew of Nova because of like some just seeing him around and things, but didn't know much. And I had them described to me as the Marvel Green Lanterns. And oh boy, I don't know if that oath is in the comics, but oh boy.
One thing I kind of like about this interpretation is they're really going for the all cops are bad sort of motif.
They are, but it's also that. Here's the thing: coming from a guy of a well-respected police officer, of a grandson of a well-respected police officer of 30 years on the force, good cops don't get stories written about them.
Yeah, because they're just good people.
Because it's a person who did their job. Pretty much good anything don't get stories written about them because you know why? No one wants to read them. But yeah, so you get everyone wants to kind of have it happening because our jobs aren't needed if there's peace kind of deal. But yeah, so we get that. You get the opposite side of what kind of felt like the Nova Corps. I was kind of half expecting them to show, not voiced by him, but maybe it's why they didn't show him, because he would be voiced by him, John C. Reilly's character, that people sometimes forget exists.
Oh yeah.
It was really weird. Well, it's like that character was just kind of existed to have John C. Reilly be in the MCU. It's very much we just casted that character and casted that guy and he did something. And like the only, and I'm noticing here from just looking at the menu of stuff that's coming up, you had all the Guardians pretty much just show up except for Peter and Gamora, because they're going to be big parts of other episodes, especially Peter in the next one. Yeah, I like this animation style. It seems like they really have it dialed down now.
Yeah, I think last time, especially that first episode, I was
rough.
I was still just kind of getting used to it. But I think what I'm noticing is the cosmic episodes are the ones that they kind of mastered the style. Because you can add more flair and details in shots that are more like dimly lit, kind of like the Blade Runner aesthetic of Xandar.
Yeah, and it's not even so much that they know how they want people to look, and they've got what I want to say, emotions of characters done, because that was what was the harshest parts, in my opinion, of those earlier What If episodes, where they didn't quite know how they wanted their characters to move in animation. And some of the details on how they wanted the characters to look were kind of weird, but they seem to have that on lock now.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious at the beginning how green they were in terms of like producing animated material, but now they've come a long way.
Yeah. And I'm kind of wondering how long each of these episodes take, because VFX and animation at Disney is, especially Marvel, is wanting to unionize because not liking their working conditions. So I can't imagine that they're having a lot of free time to make these animated stuff. Like this, is this an in-house studio? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. Because I'm wondering what they're doing when they're not doing these, because I don't know if it takes... Was it a year ago to do
Actually,
these?
I take that back. There's a couple production houses. You got Flying Bark, Stellar Creative, and SCFX Studios.
Okay. So that was my wonder of why we're only getting them when we only get them, and who was having the time to work on them, because again, it's a stretch to the max, one might call it. Yeah, it was a first good episode. It's a very, very boilerplate basic plot, but yeah, I liked it. Nebula fit the role really well. I really liked that character, so it was nice. Got to see more Howard, so that was always a nice touch. Yeah, it was a good first episode.
What did you think of the team name that Howard, Korg, and Groot gave themselves?
Rock, paper, and scissors. Like how that keeps coming back up. He says, "Little rock, paper, scissors team before you there." But I ran out of pamphlets. But it can't cut it because it's really hard paper. I hope Korg is in Deadpool somehow. Just like that. Ever since I saw that Free Guy thing, where he was Korg for the part of the advertisements, I'm just like, man, I just want it.
You know they're gonna try to find a way to get Taika in there.
It also, it's like, man, now that Ryan is making up fake leaks to spread, I'm like, there's a little bit of part of me of where he is like in these fake things, sprinkling Fox properties. Like one of them was Predator.
Yep.
Yeah. And anyone who's read comics, it's mostly on DC's side, but the Predator's not unknown to face off against Superman. But anyways, yeah, this is a good first touch. It'll be I'm trying to remember how last season finale ended. They kind of just got the what I want to say, hodgepodge of alternate universe people, and then killed Giga Ultron. And then I don't know if they just went their separate ways, and then the Watcher just kind of sat back and kept watching stuff again, or what exactly happened. So I'm wondering how that's all going to go. Because I think if they did some giant buildup, that would have somehow been spoiled for me. And from what I'm looking at in the episode titles here, it kind of doesn't look like they're building to that same thing.
And I like that. I like that, at least based on these episode titles, it sounds like these are going to be more self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm really curious what the 9th one is all about.
Yeah, that was the one where I also went, is that the thing we're attacking? Because holy hell, that sounds scary. Does she need those? Because yikes. But yeah, also get, oh boy, I didn't think Goth Helen could get any more attractive, but it is when it's animated. Yeah, no, that was really good. That was a good first starter. I'm excited to see what the hell this next one is. But yeah, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and that place at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, Podchaser, support our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You can escape, so do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero on pretty much everything. I think I've got it nailed down, but mainly on Twitch and YouTube. And you're not going to see anything on my Twitch until I get back from my vacation for my birthday. So I'm going to be pretty much taking like 12 days off because I'm going to be out spending time with family. But all right, yeah, until next time, we'll see you all later.